My name is Nathan Price. I grew up in a small town in California called Pioneer. It's near Lake Tahoe and kind of like a gold rush town.
Where's your favorite place to cook, and why do you think it's your favorite?
I would have to say my favorite place to cook would be my mom's house growing up. Uh, that's where she's done all her cooking, and it's just exciting to go home and actually prepare a meal for the family. From where I'm from, it's just a great thing to be able to cook in a kitchen where someone already produces such great food. And sometimes just cooking a meal in that itself is just something you can't get anywhere else.
Cool. If you could cook or learn under any chef in the world, who would it be and why?
Most people, I think, would say they would select some type of celebrity chef from some great restaurant, and that's all great. But I don't think that that's something that I want to pursue. Um, Pursuing that type of fame is wonderful, but I think there's two chefs that I would want to pursue in life, and one used to be a chef that I used to work with, and his name was Kevin Collins. He he made such amazing food and all across the board. Like everywhere, everything that he made was just spot on and on point. Like there's not one thing that he was able to mess up on or just let it go. It was perfect every time. And the things that I learned from him, I still retain. So I would still love to continue to learn under him because there's so much more to learn. The second person that I think that I would aspire to continue to want to cook and learn from would actually be my mom. She's the one who kind of basically taught me how to cook and to do things right. And the things that she knows how to do are better than I could ever be. And her recipes are they're just so good and so homey and so something you look forward to every single holiday season or every time my birthday comes around, from her pies to just, oh man, her pot roast. It doesn't matter. Like, I know it's home cooked food, but those are the best kinds of food. And especially growing up in this country, that's something that touches home with us, all of us. Definitely.
Cool. You were talking about like the holiday season and stuff. What is your favorite memory with cooking?
I think my favorite memory of cooking not has to be cooking for a lot of people or mass production in a kitchen with chefs and people screaming at you from all different angles. I think it's just cooking for the small number of people, your friends and family, kind of like how we did here at the dinner party. Cooking for just a small group, as simple as 4 people, your friends at home, after they all get to work and you've made dinner for them. It brings a smile to their face. They love it. They're able to relax and just to enjoy good food, and just to sit around and enjoy a nice good glass of wine or a beer with it is just nothing compares.
Cool. Now, tonight you made food for 12. What is the process to prepare for something like this?
Well, as soon as you hear that in your mind, it kind of triggers a whole bunch of different columns, I guess you could put it. First, you think of how you're going to build a menu, how your prep list is going to go, and then how you're going to execute it, and then followed by maybe like how you're going to plate it. So first you kind of go, all right, let's build a menu. So your mind starts to think, what are we going to cook? I start to go back to what's in season. What type of year are we in? We're approaching summer, so let's do something that's colorful and refreshing. So then I base a menu off those type of categories, and so I continue to go down the lines and see what's in season, and to select that and build a menu from that point. Then once I establish a menu, I build like a pack out list, or like a pack out, or what would you call it? Prep list. So I go to the store and I have a list, and I just go down like, what do I need? In my mind, I'm thinking there's 12 people. How many bell peppers do I need for 12 people? And that's just something that takes time to learn. And the only way you can really learn that is actually being in the field and cooking for a lot of people, because you don't know that 4 bell peppers is going to feed 12 people. people would guess and say, oh, 6 or 7. How many does one thing feed? So you just gotta go down the line and just keep on doing it. And so as you go through the supermarket, your mind's constantly just twisting and turning, going like, is that enough? You second guessing yourself. I wish I had more. Should I go back and get a second portion of it? You know, it's just it's hard to determine how much you really need. So, but after you do it in the field, you just get good at it. So once you get to the market, you're like, boom, 5 years of corn, this many years of yams. You know, it's just like it goes on and on. And then as you go through the market, you see other things that you could use that you didn't account for. So you just continue to add that onto your list, and you continue to refine and build your menu. That's even better. And then once you get to home and you start cooking it, you gotta be on the spot. You gotta be on point, because if you mess up, miss an ingredient, you know, it could go wrong from there on point. And you gotta pay attention and make sure everything is going well, from your timing, your execution. A lot goes into it. So this all goes into your mind from the moment someone asks you to do a 12-course menu, or even bigger, 5-course, 6-course. This all applies. And then comes execution. How are you going to plate it? How are you going to serve it? How are you going to present it? So I didn't really do it. I just figured at the very end, what's going to happen is I'm just going to go for it. And that's kind of like the art of things, because sometimes the best things are left for surprise. And when you come up with it on the spot, that sometimes is the best way to do it.
Cool. Right now, what are you working on to learn and to better yourself as a chef?
That's a good question. I would have to say the finesse and the techniques of certain product, or certain methods that certain items require in order to produce the food. Some things from simple as making a really delicious sauce, or perfecting how good the meat can be cooked. It's just those little small elements, I think, are what I need to work on, definitely.
Cool. And did you expect this to be your full-time position and passion?
Not at all. It was a debate between either being a mechanic or food. I could never get the class in school, so the only one I was able to get was foods class. And each year after year, I kept trying to get the auto class, but I always kept getting the food class. So stuck with it. Eventually went to college and studied culinary arts.
And so you studied, how to cook, and that's where you basically learned what you know today.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I would say that most people go to school expecting to learn how to cook. You don't just walk in there and walk out with this like knowledge of how to prepare a meal for X amount of people at any given time. No, like you go into school and you learn techniques like how to make a sauce, how to cut a pig. Like you just learn basic techniques on how things go. You don't just walk out of there knowing how to do everything. And where you do learn how to do everything is actually in the restaurant or in the kitchen, anywhere that it applies in order for you to produce food. That's where you learn. That's where it's crucial, and that's where the learning and the magic happens. Cool.
Now, you did the dinner party. Is there a specific type of event that you like to cook for?
I think that kind of touches back on the question we asked a little bit earlier, but I do have to say small parties. I really like the interaction you get with people and just the joy that you're able to bring to people who get to eat.
Cool. Now, for the last question, what made you say yes to the dinner party?
Because I've never done it like that. Like, just opportunity. Anytime something comes into your lap, I always say take it. Don't hold back. Just go for it. Like, what's the worst going to happen? You could sure you can mess up, but that's how you learn. That's how you get better. And not only just going for it, it's a beautiful thing. Another reason why I just wanted to do it was, one of my good friends was here, and I hadn't seen him in many years, and so he came to me with this opportunity, and I couldn't help but do it. I was just like, this is perfect. I think this is gonna be the right opportunity for any unknown reason. Just let's do it.